Hey everyone, so here is this tiara, of course. This is the peacock in the trees, I think is what it was called. It's pretty standard, just the same kind of band and everything. The center is of course just right there. It goes right on, stays pretty well. You could clip it, you could pull your hair back. I'm sure there's better people explaining on how to wear it with a hairdo because mine's usually down. But I'll just go over all the basics of how I created this one, and you can get ideas and make your own. Hey everyone, here is the tiara for this week, and what it is of course some branches with the malachite in front, a half of a flower piece of filigree, and then a small piece of filigree at the top. And then of course there's the fan of feathers that go behind it. And I really like the colors in this one. I was trying really hard to pick a stone that would fit in here. And I couldn't really go with anything besides the malachite with all the greens. I really liked the greens. And then I added in these bluish purple stones to kind of balance all the green that's in here. But I think these feathers are just amazing. Somebody sent these to me for my birthday, and so I wanted to use them. Don't see a lot of feathers in tiaras, but I of course like to do things a little different. So how I started out with this one, I'm going to show you. I love these branch connectors that you can get on Etsy, and they come, I know I've gotten some on Wish as well. They come in silver and then this bronze color. I'm sure you can get them in different colors as well. Usually the starting tiara shape that I do with these is this, and then I have this space right in here for the stone. But this time I wanted a little bit more. As you can see, there are some pieces that are going up as well in this tiara instead of just these ones that are going off to the side. So how I accomplished this is I actually did this was on the front row, and then behind it I took two other pieces and I set them up like this, crisscrossing. I actually removed a couple branches when I was doing this because they were kind of thick to see, and then these, just like before, were layered on top. I can't do this very well on the mat, but you get the idea. So then you get this height that you didn't originally get in the original design. And so you can kind of see how, oops, sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera here. See how it gives it a little bit more interest. I had to bend these just a little bit to go on the shape of the tiara because of course this is slightly rounded. So these were bent a little bit to make that shape. But then they were wired on, and I typically wire these smaller pieces on first, and then these were behind on the other side of the base of the tiara. And they were wired on in the corners, and then I wired them a little bit to each other so that they didn't move as much. And that right there is the basic shape of the tiara, right? So once I've put that together, I added on this malachite piece. And then I added some feathers around the malachite, and I didn't like it, so I took them off. And I needed something. I needed a more of a shape to go in front of them. And so I added this piece, and it's just literally a half of a flower filigree that I got off of Amazon. And then of course this is something that I've been really enjoying, which was this broken bracelet link. And so I've been kind of using these for a lot of different tiaras recently. And I think I'm gonna have to make a mold of this because I love this piece so much that I just want to keep using it. It's also got a really good weight to it. And of course, I don't know how I'm gonna get that. Maybe I'll do a cold cast or something of this piece. But it's definitely a nice middle stone or middle piece that's a focal point in the middle of the tiara. And it goes well with the gold band that it's on. So then after all those were put together, I started adding the feathers. And I started with the one in the top, and then I put one to the side, and then I kind of filled in around that. And I went all the way down to the end of the tiara with the feathers. They are glued on, and you can see the back. I actually glued them on first, then cut them. If I was selling this tiara, I would cover this with felt so you couldn't see all the feathers, and they would stay on better. They seem to be fine right now for this, but you can also see like the I folded that piece of flower over so you can't see as much of the wire work, but there's the wire work on the back. And that's it. This is my, what somebody called it, the peacock in the trees tiara. I really love that green on those feathers. All right, I'll see you guys next week.